Coming to you from the Whitten Oval. Josh, the big story, it's dominating the headlines this summer, is around the 2020 number one pick, Jamarra Ugle-Hagan, absent again from training here this morning at Whitten Oval. This is on the back of a statement from the club yesterday saying they've given him, this up-and-coming superstar of the competition, some flexible training arrangements. That's for him to deal with some personal issues. Josh, we'll be talking about this until round one because it looks like he really is in doubt, Ugle-Hagan. And so who are the names we should be watching to potentially fill that hole come March 15?
Well, Sarah, just 52 days between now and the Western Bulldogs season opener against North Melbourne on March 15. And we can't forget Rory Lobb. Can be used forward. He was so good in defence. Luke Beveridge really was one of the moves of the season. He came 8th in the best and fairest despite playing just the 16 games, and his elimination final was amazing down back. But there are two names that are yet to play at AFL level that are impressing this pre-season. One of them is a former first-round pick in Jordan Croft, a very famous name at this football club. He had so many injury issues in 2024, but he's had a really strong pre-season to date. And the other name is Sam Davidson, who was a mature age recruit out of the VFL, a 23-year-old who has looked really good as a third tall and on a wing so far this pre-season.
And taken with pick 51 as well, so that would be one to keep your eye on. And if you do come out to a training session, you will see the players that are training really well. You'll also see the players who are training away from the main group or perhaps aren't even on the track. And like every club, the Dogs, they do have a few little injury concerns, just a few niggles. Josh, take us through the players to watch.
Yeah, always a few little niggles at this time of year, Sarah. Adam Treloar is the one. He's coming off his first All-Australian blazer. He's just dealing with a calf issue at this point in time, so I want to keep a watch on across the next week or so. Cody Waitman, the other one that didn't train today with a knee. But I suppose the big one, aside from Jamarra Ugle-Hagan right now, is Anthony Scott. He had a nightmare 2024, just played the 2 games after being a permanent fixture for the last couple of years. So he's got a knee issue, which is going to see him in doubt for round one right now.
Plenty of players burning up at the track at the moment, but at afl.com.au and the AFL Live app, it's SSP time. This is your time to shine, Josh. You're always across all the details. And the Dogs, they've got a vacancy when it comes to a spot on their list. And there is a player in line potentially to grab that one. Who are we looking at?
Well, I think the Western Bulldogs are trying the most interesting player that's auditioning for a spot during the SSP this year. I'm talking about Dom Brew, of course. He's got so many supporters across the footy industry given what he's done at VFL level across the past few years. Last year he won the JJ Liston. He led Werribee to their first premiership in 31 years. Now, he didn't get off to a great start this pre-season because he nicked his quad and barely trained pre-Christmas, but he's done every session since the Dogs returned last week. He was training today, and he'll get a great opportunity next week when he goes away on the pre-season camp to Noosa. And that'll give him his best chance of securing that spot between now and the deadline.
Noosa, that sounds rather nice. I love this time of year as well because there's always a few new hairstyles going around. We saw Lake Vandermeer, he's gone for the peroxide blonde, but the skipper, Marcus Bontempelli, he's got some luscious long locks at the moment. And we're hearing, Josh, it's not just the hairstyle that's got people talking here at Whitten Oval. He's having his best pre-season ever, the skipper.
Well, that's the view inside the building behind us, Sarah. This is pre-season number 10 or 11 right now, and he's absolutely flying. He usually does everything right at this time of the year, but he's gone to another level with his running. So he's made a big statement. He's not just a 6-time best and fairest winner now. He's now a 6-time All-Australian, a superstar of the competition. And he's not the only one in the midfield that's really setting the standard.
Yeah, Ed Richards, the first time he's having a full pre-season in the midfield. That was a masterstroke, wasn't it, by Luke Beveridge last year, Josh? And that midfield group, it's going to be hard to beat in 2025.
It's going to look very different, isn't it, Sarah? We go back to deadline day in October, and there were so many moves late in the piece. In that final hour, the Western Bulldogs moved on Caleb Daniel, Bailey Smith and Jack McRae. They brought in Matt Kennedy, who's had a pretty strong start to his first pre-season. I'm intrigued to see how they use him, whether they use him a little bit as a half forward and through the midfield. But Ed Richards is the one. He has really made inroads across this pre-season after finishing 5th in the best and fairest last year.
All right, Footy Feed, it's back for 2025. We'll see you again soon.